start
I
that.
have to drink cranberry juice because I get bladder
Okay.
irritation.
Okay.
Anyway, my dad had rented a 60-acre field on South Elliott Road,
Yeah.
South Valvista Drive, south of Elliott, about a mile. And so it's quite a ways from our farm. But it's the weediest field in the area. Johnson grass and pigweed and sunflower growing up all over it. And so when the cotton started coming up, he took me aside. I was just finished with third grade, I guess. And he said, I've got a job for you this summer. I want you to thin the cotton plants. You have to thin them so they're about that far apart from each other. And then he said, and this field, as you can see, is just full of Johnson grass and pigweed and sunflowers, and said, I want you to start chopping the weeds out. And he said, start on one side of the field and just go row by row. Get every weed you can, dig it clear to the roots and get it out of there. And he said, it'll take you a while to go from one side of the field to the other side. He said, probably take you 2 or 3 weeks. And by that amount of time, the weeds will be back on that first row again and start over. He said, I just want you to do that all summer long. And he said, I'll pay you $200 if you do that all summer long. So I set to work on it, and every day all summer except Sunday, I was out there chopping that field, getting rid of the weeds. And it started looking pretty good. By the end of summer, it really looked good. But we had long staple cotton planted there, and they grow really tall, especially in the end rows where the water backs up. And they were taller than me. And it was so hot, some days 120 degrees.
Oh.
And I'd have to plant my hole and climb up the hole and stick my head up above the cotton and take a breath and then go down and chop a while and then take another breath. It was so humid there where the water had ponded up.
Yeah.
One day, about toward the end of summer, the field was looking really good. My dad drove up and parked at the bottom of the row, and I walked down there and see what he had to say. And he said, boy, you've done the best job. He said, this was the ugliest field because of the weeds in the whole area. And he said, now look at it. He said, you can't see a weed out there. And he said, you really did good. But then he kind of choked up. And I knew something was wrong. And he was holding the tears back. And he said, I know I promised you $200 for doing this all summer long. And he said, but the price of cotton just fell below the cost of raising it. He said, I won't make a dime this year. He said, I'll lose a lot of money on this field. He said, I can't pay you that $200. He said, I'm really sorry. He said, you deserve it. But he said, I can't pay you, but what I will do, I'll take you into Gilbert to Good Eats Dairy Bar, and I'll buy you the biggest ice cream cone they have. And to me, that was worth $200.
Yeah.
He bought it was like a nickel or 10-cent ice cream cone, but I swear it was that tall. And I sat
Like
there
a
with
foot
him
tall.
and ate the whole thing. Well, thank you, Bert.
You're welcome. What can I get you to drink?
If you look in that little